Now that we've finished our fight ordering, we need to start the fights on each mat. The first thing is to understand how the scoreboard works. So this is our standard scoreboard. It's completely scalable. Very simple scoreboard. It's basically a manual scoreboard. We click when ready. We can start and stop the timer with the space bar or the mouse. We can start Aussie with the backspace, or by clicking this O down the bottom we can assign a side, and when this counts up to the hold down time, we can stop it by pressing the cross at the bottom here. So you can see that that's equivalent to a Wazari time. When the umpires signal the Wazari, we can add it, and we can add the various other scores as well. And when we assign a winning score, we stop, and to end the fight we press E. If we've made a mistake, we can take that off and we can start it again. If we've got a timing error or we need to change the time, we can do that by going through the options menu. We've now set that to 1 second. So this is the buzzer for the end of time. You can see that the blue player has won by Wazari. If we increase the score of the other player, this player is now won by Yuko. Now this player is won by Judo. Now if we assign 3 Judos to this player, we go on to golden score. We can click golden score and start golden score here, and of course now it's the first score wins. We press E to end this fight and we go into the next fight. You can see here that this player has not had their minimum time break, and they can elect to wait. If they're ready to go on, we can click that player, declare the player ready, yes, and off we go. The other important aspect of this is the fight progression. Fight progression shows what players are up next, so we can show the fight progression for mat 1. And so now we can click when ready, and actually while I'm here I'll show the actual scoreboard display as well for mat 1. So we've got a scoreboard display. I'll make that nice and small. Got fight progression and scoreboard here. So we can start and stop the timer. These two boards can be shown anywhere around the venue on any of the computers, and they connect to this via the network. And so you can see we've got an IPON, again the fight. Advertising comes up on this screen and the fight progression changes. So we can go again. This updates, advertising comes up for 5 seconds and then shows the next players. Advertising can be turned off through the options tab up here. On the scoreboard we can change the siren sound, and we can actually swap the players' sides, change the colours, etc, etc, etc. Finally we can have a look at results. First of all we can look at a results summary, which brings up this page, and here we're able to actually look at each individual fight. We can actually examine the fight logs by clicking this screen. You can show that this shows every single change the scoreboard operator made and their mistakes. We can also print out a points card, and this brings up this in Australia. This is the Australian grading point system, and we're able to actually print that out, and we get a printout something like this. So each player, every fight they won or lost, what they won by, and who they won against. And finally, and probably most importantly, is the division results. And so this is a list of each division, so we can order it from the division and actually first, second, third, so we can actually read off all the results. And again, this can be printed out. If it will change for me. See, it can be printed out like this for medal presentations, etc. And the final thing at the bottom is the draw sheets, so that you can actually see who won what. And this result generates the populated draw sheet with the result of each fight, populated round robin scores, and you can see that there was no tie, so the tie break is not populated, with the result listed, and with repechage, buys, each individual fight. Okay, I'll finish up by just pointing out a few things that we missed or glazed over. There's also a manual scoreboard entry, so that you can actually type in individual names that haven't been organised, so you can have a quick demo fight or something like that. There's also a enter scores winner buy. If you've got a manual scoreboard or you don't wish to actually use this particular scoreboard, you can actually just enter the results. Up under the administration tabs, there's a change results button, and this brings up this screen that actually allows you to go through and change a result if the division, if a dependent fight hasn't already been fought. That a record of that change is being kept, so you can actually see that that has been changed. And finally, down here we can withdraw and disqualify players. Also, if you look under any of the players here and you go to the divisions tab and click on that division, you can see that every fight in that division comes up underneath, so you can actually see exactly where that player got knocked out of a repechage or something like that, if people are running an information desk or something like that for the competition. Well, I hope that has served as at least as a brief introduction for you, and hopefully made things a little bit easier for you looking at the system for the first time. And if you would like me to give you any sort of online tutorials via Skype, or if you'd like to talk, answer any questions, send me an email, please feel more than welcome to do so. It'd be absolutely my pleasure to give you a hand and help you understand the system better. Well, thank you very much for your time, and have a lovely afternoon.